Hey guys, what's up? Ruben here from the Midnight Garage. So, no performance test today because the Honda Civic is broken. Now, I know what you're thinking, like, oh my god, how could that car be broken? The only thing I do with it is racing it all the time and tracking it on the nurburgring. So, I know it's just as much a shock for me as it is for you. So, that means that we have to pick it up. So, I'm with Din. He's 24 years old, he's got his own garage, which is massive, so he's a big baller. He drives some big ass BMWs, and he's got a car ambulance tow thingy, and now we're gonna see if we can actually tow the car. Now, since it can only drive backwards, we're going to tow it forwards and then rotate it 180 degrees and then put it on the car trailer. Well, time for the moment supreme. Yeah, stupid ass car. So with the battery relocation, I got these fuses and they occasionally don't make contact, so I still have to change it, but it's really annoying. Luckily, it's a quick fix. So what actually happened? Well, I was driving on my way back to Breda and I hit the off-ramp and I heard a very loud scraping noise, like my sway bar was hitting the inside of my wheel while turning. So I stopped at the nearest place, which was a carpool place, but the moment I actually parked the car, I noticed that the gearbox locked itself in place. So at that moment I knew it wasn't the sway bar, it was actually my gearbox. And luckily I could still reverse it and I could reverse it back into a parking spot. But yeah, I was stuck and I couldn't get the car towed. It actually had to be trailered away. I just noticed that the spoiler is acting as a huge air brake right now, so I hope it don't fall off in this short trip.
I was driving for miles. Why'd you try to escape out the door? Doing 100 on the highway. You're like an animal, don't know your consequences.
So far for the easy part. Now it's time to remove the car. We figured it might be a good idea to first remove the bumper, as the front lip might not survive if we pulled it off the trailer. The Honda Acti and the Honda Today probably did not have enough horsepower to actually pull the Civic off the trailer, so we asked Jovan with his Audi S4 instead. He's got a 4-wheel drive and an Audi RS4 engine with over 400 horsepower in it, so I think that should be just about enough to pull the Civic off the trailer. Also, top tip, it might be a smart idea to put the handbrake on the car carrier, because otherwise you will tow both the car and the car carrier, and that's not all that useful. However, it does look pretty funny though. With the handbrake on, it was time for attempt number 2. And as you will see, that went a whole lot better. The car was safely towed from the car carrier, and by the looks of it, it was definitely a smart idea to remove the front bumper, as the Civic hit the floor even without the front bumper. Jovan and Din started removing the towing cable, but it was around this time that the wind started to pick up. As a result, the drone said, "I must go, my people need me," and proceeded to crash onto the roof of the building. So that meant that I had to do some parkour. Oops. Hey! And now all that is left is to drive it back to the garage. In reverse, of course. With the car back, let's get to the main point of this video, and that's because with the car back there's two things I can do, and I'm not quite sure if I should go this way or that way. Now, first up, there are two more videos that are still coming out where I tested performance parts. They're 90% done. I'm just waiting for enough time to actually finish those, so don't be surprised you're gonna see some performance tests after this video, even though the car is currently broken. But the things that I can do right now is either swap the gearbox, because I know a place that still has an old gearbox for this car. Then I can swap the gearbox and continue driving, continue testing. The second thing I can do is completely do an engine swap. And personally, I like to go more the gearbox route because I wanted to get the suspension all up to spec, and I want to get everything up to spec before I actually swap the engine, because it's going to be significantly faster after the engine swap. But on the other hand, I've seen you guys complain that only thing I'm doing is like working on the handling of the car, and I can understand that you guys want to see an engine swap first. So I might be able to take this time to actually swap the engine and do a complete overhaul on that, and then focus again on the suspension, unless of course I already do a sub 9-minute nurburgring lap time, but I don't think I'm going to do that with these tires and these semi-small brakes. So I'm actually very curious to see what you guys want first. So post that in the comments and let me know, and preferably argument it a little bit, like why would you prefer to me to either swap the gearbox, or why do you want me to do an engine swap? But yeah, the two videos that still need to be done, that are like almost done, is a rear brake disc conversion, because holy shit, that was a lot of work, but I finally got it working. Because as it turns out, it is a lot harder to do a brake disc conversion on a European Civic than it is on an American 3rd generation Civic. And the second thing I've done is replaced all the bushings in the car with poly bushes. And I've done the tests, I already know the results, but like things like the intro and some voiceover parts I haven't finished yet. So yeah, I need to know either way if you guys would prefer me to swap the gearbox or do a complete engine swap. So yeah, let me know in the comments, and then we will talk again in the next video. Thanks for watching, see you guys next time, bye.